What is up, guys? Welcome to another video, and we're doing another review. We're doing a big LEGO set. We're doing the Razor Crest. I know this set has been out for a while, but I know it retires at the end of the year, so I figured I needed to get it now or never, and here we are. Now, for me personally, this is probably one of the bigger sets that I have ever owned. I think before this, it was Vader's Palace, which is a really cool set. If you don't have that, I would really go check that out. But ever since the release of the set, I've always wanted it. I really like how the Razor Crest looks. I really like gunships in the Star Wars universe. So this was obviously something that had my attention from day one. And despite this review being kind of late because the set has been out for a while, let's get right into it. So going over the build process, and even before you start putting pieces together, this set does come with a lot of bags. The build process is broken down into 6 segments, so you will get 6 bags. So granted, there's 2 4 bags and 2 6 bags, but like I said, a lot of pieces, a lot of bags. This set will require a lot of free time if you want to finish it quickly. Luckily for me, I did have a lot of free time, so I was able to finish this set in 2 days, which is always good. And besides there being a lot of pieces to the set, there are a handful of stickers. You will need to put stuff on the engine, on the side, on the top of the Razor Crest. Now, they're all big stickers, and for me personally, I think it is easier to apply bigger stickers on the things. If you do not feel that way, then you are not going to like the stickers for this set, but personally, I found applying the stickers to be very easy. Now, overall, while building this set, I did have a lot of fun. Something felt different about it. Granted, this is my first gunship I'm ever building. I've always wanted to build the LEGO set, but I've never had the money to acquire one, so that is something I unfortunately don't have. But I like gunships, like I said earlier, and I don't know if any of that has to do with why I liked building the set, but just there was something that I really liked about building the set when comparing it to other build processes of LEGO sets I do have. And one thing about the build of the ship is you will spend a lot of time working on the skeleton of this ship. Yeah, of course you're going to work on the engines, the guns, the exterior parts of the ship, but there are a lot of steps that go into the skeleton of the ship, and because of that, this is a very sturdy ship. I don't recommend it, but you can shake this set around like an animal, and I can guarantee you nothing's gonna break or fall off. I really am impressed with how sturdy this build is. So overall, I found the build really fun. I'm really impressed with how secure and sturdy the build is, and yeah, that's really about it. I don't think I have any cons. Nothing really frustrated me while building the set. If there was any mistakes or errors made, that was on me, because there were a few times where I did accidentally flip an entire page not knowing I did, or just I missed an entire step or something like that. But overall, I think that the build process for this ship is pretty straightforward. It's fun, and I'm just very happy with how it came out overall. So getting into the minifigures first, starting off with Din Djarin and the baby. Mando looks really good. I don't have any issues with the print. The colors look right. No problems on my end. I kind of wish they did something a little bit different for his rifle, because it's just a pistol with a brown lightsaber hilt and then kind of the claw piece. And I don't know, I think it's weird that his blaster's the base of the blaster is a pistol, where, you know, in the show he has a rifle. But otherwise, I have no issues with the minifigure. I think it is done well. And the baby, you see his head got his own custom sculpt. Looks pretty good. You can tell that it's Grogu. Can't mistake it for Yoda. And then they used a LEGO baby body, gave it green hands, and the print isn't anything too insane. It just gets the point across. So good job, LEGO. Up next is IG-11 with the generic battle droid and assassin droid parts for assassin droid minifigures. And he's looking pretty good. He's got the nice face print for all the little red lights you see on assassin droid heads, and he has a little thing on his back to carry his rifle. The only thing that kind of bums me out is they didn't really do anything for his straps, because he kind of just looks like a generic assassin droid. If you took the thing off his back and you compared him to other assassin droid releases that LEGO have done, he just kind of blends in. And because IG-11 is a character that plays a significant role in The Mandalorian, I kind of wish they did something to make him stick out more besides having him be able to carry his rifle on his back. Then up next is Grief Karga. He's got his 2 little pistols that he likes to dual wield. He's got, his little robe cape thing, printed on his chest. I kind of wish they gave us a cape for him, but I know LEGO only likes doing that to specific minifigures, and I kind of wish they brought back the capes and stuff. Rip Clone Trooper pauldrons, but nonetheless, I think it's a fine print. I think it gets the point across. I think it's a overall good Grief Karga minifigure. And for our last minifigure is the Scout Trooper. This guy is looking good. I might have a little bit of a bias because I really like Scout Troopers. Scout Trooper helmets are my favorite helmet variant for Imperial Infantry. They just look so cool. I don't know what it is about it. I'm just a sucker for them, but I think the print looks good. He's got the pouches, the chest piece, his padding, it looks all good. And I don't really have any big major complaints except for his arms. They're all blacked out, which I don't understand. LEGO does print arms on minifigures, and Scout Troopers do have white armor / padding on their arms, so I don't know why they chose to black out his arms entirely, but besides that, I think the guy's looking good, and I'm happy to have a Scout Trooper in my collection. And here is the Razor Crest all built and finished and looking really good. I'm very happy with how this set came out. It just looks awesome. Like I said earlier, I really like gunships in Star Wars, and the Razor Crest is a gunship. So I might have a little bit of a bias, but I think this set came out looking amazing. I don't really have any problems with the design at all. It just looks phenomenal, and I'm very happy that I got this set. The build process was fun. I think it has a great minifigure selection, so I'm finding it very hard to find anything to complain about when it comes to this set overall. So before we start getting the features, because this isn't really a feature, one thing I do want to share is that the printing on the glass for the cockpit, that is all printed on. That's not a sticker, so that looks really good. But now actually getting the features, there are a lot of playability features in this set. Starting with the cockpit, you can just pop it off like that, and if you look inside the interior, there's 2 red seats, so there's space for Mando, another character, and Grogu. He can sit kind of on the dashboard of the cockpit, and then behind there is kind of this weapon storage area, which is cool. They're LEGO trying to use up all the space they can on the LEGO set. Then on the top of the Razor Crest is this escape pod. It looks like a solid escape pod. It kind of gets the point across design wise, but you can only really fit 1 minifigure in there, and you just pop it off like that. There's no locks or anything that you have to bend, and perfectly you can fit 1 person. You can probably fit Mando and Grogu in there if you really wanted to, but at the end of the day, it is kind of just designed for 1 minifigure. And then getting into the meat and potatoes of the features, including the Razor Crest, starting with the gun, there is kind of like this diagnostics storage area that just has some stickers and nothing too crazy. And then we have this little small door for, personnel, make it look like someone is walking in or out of the ship. And then we have this bigger door that opens up, and you can kind of see the carbonized, bounties that Din Djarin has gotten over time. And they are stickers on just, LEGO pieces. It's not like the Han piece where it's all, one 3D thing. And we do have the little blue guy from season 1 and 2. And I don't remember his name, so I'm calling him Little Blue Guy. So you just pop those up just like that, no issues. And on the other side, all the doors I just showed you are there. But on this side, for the blaster door, there's just a storage area for the munitions. And like I said before, there's a little door right there. And then there's just a bigger door, so you have a nice look into the bay of the Razor Crest. And it's kind of spacious. I will admit it is kind of hard to fit minifigures in there, and in the back of the Razor Crest there is a door / ramp. You can have Din looking like he's hauling in cargo or bounties or whatever you want him to do, but it is there, and I think it is really cool. So some of you may be wondering, what does the Razor Crest look like with all the doors down? And I'm going to show you that. It does look a little strange because in the show we know that the Razor Crest doesn't have all these doors, and it doesn't actually do this in the show and isn't really capable of doing that. But we do get a good look of the interior. You kind of get to see the skeleton of the ship with besides the view of the bay. And speaking of the skeleton of the ship, this is a very sturdy LEGO set. I'm not saying like manhandle it, but you can shake this set around and it have very little worry of it falling out of your hands or it breaking. But just getting a better look of the interior with all the ramps down. And like I said earlier, it is hard to place figures into the set, but you know, once you can get them in there, it all looks nice and cool. And there is one last feature included in the set, and that is the munitions it does shoot. This is a Star Wars LEGO set, so of course it's going to shoot munitions, and how you do so is there's these two vent looking things right here by the wings of the ship, and all you have to do is press them down and it fires the munitions. When you start building the set, you build those pretty early on, and I was wondering what those were for, and you know, I eventually had my question answered. But you know, you just load the munition through the front, and as you saw, the vent kind of popped back up, and yeah. And before we head out to the outro, we're going to do some size comparisons because those are always fun, and I just like doing them to make the video longer. Starting off with the Hoth AT-ST, this is the last LEGO set I did review, so if you want to check that out, you can. Then up next is an Imperial TIE Fighter. I have also done a review of this on the channel, so if you want to go check that out, I also recommend that as well. And finally is the 20th Anniversary Slave 1 LEGO set, and now I have no review of this up on the channel, but I thought it'd be cool to compare this next to the Razor Crest, and they do look really cool next to each other. And here we are at the outro. I think that this is a solid set. I don't really have any complaints about it. I like the size, I like just how it looks. It feels good. The build was fun. Nothing really felt frustrating. I like the amount of minifigures we got. It was a very diverse amount of minifigures. We got a Mandalorian, we got Grief Karga, we have an assassin droid, we got a scout trooper, and we got Grogu. I think it's an awesome selection of minifigures and an awesome set. Now, I do recommend this set, seeing how much I have praised it throughout the video, but unfortunately by the end of the year this set is going to be discontinued. So if you are still wanting a LEGO Razor Crest, I would really recommend that you get on it now. We are halfway through the year, or just about, you know, we are halfway through the year, so I would hurry up and get that, because we all know aftermarket prices are the most unforgiving thing to a collector, besides things being discontinued completely. So with that all said, I hope you enjoyed the video. A like and a subscription would be really cool. I'm not going to make a comment because that's a lot of effort, and the bell is broken, so we're not even going to talk about it. So I'll see you all in another video.